Good morning, everyone. We are coming into Halifax, and it is less foggy than last time, which is good because I really wanted to show you how the port looks, because you can tell that this is a very naval-based port, and I was unable to do that last time because of the fog. And I know that we're getting close to coming in because I just saw the pilot boat go by about a minute ago. So I'm looking forward to taking you along to show you what the naval port looks like. And we are also going to Peggy's Cove, so I'm excited to go there and also take you along and experience Peggy's Cove. My previous video, I think from yesterday, from Sydney, you'll know that I put some laundry out, and so I just got it all back, and it's in this nice little container. The bag is completely broken, but the best thing about this is I can just put it into my suitcase because it's already folded, and I don't have to take the time to fold any of this up. Like, there's still some things I'm gonna wear in the last 3 days, but mostly I just have to put it in the suitcase and then I'm good to go. That's perfect. Okay, I just realized they do not give you the bag back. They just put like tissue paper on top with the room. I don't know if I had stuck too many clothes in the bag or if they just didn't want to stick it all in there, but I got it all back, and I'm gonna put this in the closet for now because, like you just saw, we're docking in Halifax, and I'm not pulling my suitcase out right now, but I will pack this later this afternoon. But the tour we're going on with Peggy's Cove is through Ambassatours, and it's about a 15 to 20 minute walk to get to where the meeting place is. And the meeting place is by the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic, which, if you've watched my previous video, we went there last time and it was amazing.
The East Coast headquarters of the Canadian Commissionaires. Right beside it is our Lieutenant Governor's home. This is our King-appointed representative. Look at the main gates here to the entrance to his home. Those main gates have been locked since the early 1800s because the then Lieutenant Governor, really his wife, ordered them gates locked because this street is where the ladies of the evening used to stroll. She didn't want her guests fraternizing with those ladies, so she asked everybody to enter into their home through the back door. And that building I was telling you that was worth $2 million, just a little over, here it is. It could be yours, guys. Both buildings, the one standing and the one falling down.
So we got to Peggy's Cove a few minutes ago, and the whole bus ride from Halifax, we had this amazing tour guide. Her name is Mimi through Ambassatours, and she was just telling us a whole bunch of history about Halifax, and I knew about what happened during 9/11 with Gander and all the planes, but I didn't know what had happened with Halifax and how instrumental they also were. I also didn't do any research into this place. I just said, I want to go to Peggy's Cove, so that's what we're going to do. I booked a tour, and there's literally so much to do here. We just got our picture. Oh, sorry, there was a bee. We just got our picture on a postcard, 3 for $25 by a local guy who does it. And then if you did that deal, you could buy a frame and a 4th picture for $10. So 4 pictures in a frame for $35, which was amazing. And now we are almost at the lighthouse.
Careful, bud. Sorry. I should be large.
So we were just in the gift shop. I got a bunch of press coins because I collect press coins. Yesterday, also in Sydney, there were press coins, but the card part of the machine wasn't working. But I was able to get some medallions. And then this store also said they had a book, but I couldn't find it. They also said that they had passport stamps, but I couldn't find that. And I also didn't bring my passport. And now we're just kind of walking around and seeing what else there is to do here.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the schoolhouse.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi. How are you? Good. You're the teacher? Yes. This would have been the original school of Peggy's Cove for 119 years.
What was the average attendance?
I don't know about the average. At its peak in here, they had 35 students.
35 in here.
Yep.
From grades 1 to 8 or what?
It would have been the full school, so
Grade
primary or kindergarten right up to grade 12. But in 1800s, it also would have been rare for folks to hit a high school grade. A lot of people would have stopped at 7 or 8.
So my dad is having a lovely conversation with the person in charge of the school, and we have to be back on the bus in about 20 minutes. His watch is wrong, so hopefully he will look at his phone. But I wanted to see more, so he's going to continue talking, and I'm going to keep looking around. So there's a gallery over there, and I want to go over to this green building because there's ice cream. But I want to look at this blue building first. Sadly, they didn't sell dairy-free ice cream.
So first and foremost, I'm always asked right up off the top is, Mamie, I didn't realize the Titanic went down so close to Nova Scotia. It didn't. It was over 700 miles away from Halifax. But 3 reasons why the White Star brought the victims here to Halifax. One, they had a satellite office here at our waterfront, which allowed them to coordinate everything that they had to do. Second, we were connected by rail to every city in North America, which allowed us to repatriate anybody back to their homeland. And third, and probably the most important reason, they didn't want to bring that many victims into the prying eyes of the U.S. media. They thought if they brought them in here to this small community of Halifax, maybe it may not be as newsworthy. There is 3 cemeteries. One is the Mount Olive Cemetery. That is where we have 19 of the victims. The Mount Olive Cemetery is our Catholic cemetery. If White Star could identify what religious beliefs you abide by, they did try to bury you accordingly. We have 10 people buried in the Baron Shalom Cemetery, our Jewish cemetery. And we have 121 buried at our Fairview Lawn Cemetery. Why is there so many at one cemetery? That is because the Fairview Lawn is non-denominational. So it matters not your religious beliefs. You can be laid to rest there. Things. One, by the visual impairment they had, as well as something we refer to as the blue tattoo. Our local historians wrote a few books about it. And when these people were cut by the shards of glass flying through the air, those glass pieces had dynamite gunpowder on it. So when it cut them, that cut did not heal properly. All these cuts had a blue hue to it. That was the blue tattoo. You knew they were survivors of the Halifax explosion. As I say, and we always do, I could kick myself just gently in the shins because I did have history sitting right here in my hand with those survivors. And as I say, when you get back home, you can go on that YouTube and look up the 75th anniversary of the Halifax explosion. That's when they actually spoke to 3 or 4 residents of our seniors' house. They were survivors of the Halifax explosion. And those people, they spoke about that day like it was yesterday. And yes, they were all visually impaired. In 2018, we buried the last survivor of the Halifax explosion.
So after we got back on the ship, we went to our room and it was really interesting. There was a guy who was kind of like coming by on some kind of machine just outside the balcony, so I asked him what he was doing, and he was washing the side of the ship. So that was interesting to see him do that, and you could look down through the little crack and see the person washing it from the ground. And then after that we went for supper, and then after that we came back and I packed a little bit since most of my clothes were folded from doing the laundry earlier. And then after that I kind of just chilled a little bit, and then after that I went up to the Garden Cafe and found Mary and Ron, and so we chatted with them for a while. And now I am heading off to bed, and I will see you tomorrow for our last sea day.